So my dad was like touring around once with his friend, and they're in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia one night. And they play this show, and their names are Lester and Bo, and so the guy at the bar puts their name up as Lesbo on the sign. And they're like West Virginia 1970s, and they're just getting like jeered on stage because of this name. So it's just a terrible show, but they get off stage, and they're in this little bar, and the bartender leans over and says, "Hey, that guy down there wants to buy you a drink." And my dad looks down, and there's like a huge crowd surrounding this guy. You can't even see who he is. And the bartender says, "You know who that is? That's Todd Rundgren." Just to stop it, does anyone know who Todd Rundgren is?
Yes.
Yes, all right.
Saw him in concert.
There we go. So huge. This is 1970s. Todd Rundgren is like at the peak of his popularity. So my dad and Bo are pretty impressed by this, and like, hey, let's go talk to Todd Rundgren. So they go on down, and they make their way through the crowd, and there is Todd Rundgren, right in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia at like 2 a.m. And he says, "Ah, guys, you were great. You gotta come with me." So like they join his entourage, and they're going around to all 5 of the bars in this little podunk town, and Todd Rundgren is just a total jackass. Like he's like slapping women's asses, he's stealing people's beers, he's breaking stuff, and he's making them pay for everything. And it's now by this point like 5 a.m. and they're at another bar, and my dad's just pulled Todd Rundgren out of a fight with some other guy down there. And he's talking to the bartender because Todd wants another bottle of gin. And the bartender leans over to him and says, "Hey, that guy didn't tell you who's Todd Rundgren, did he?" So, on that note, this is called The Artist. The real one. We can be good friends and terrible people still, sometimes. Saturday night in Moscow, we went out to see the priest. And I said last night, God told me my life, but it was only in a dream. And when I had awoken, I slept and it started to rain. And I knew by the sight of your silhouette that it happened all again. Well, I told that girl I worked to get an abortion of the Maine. And I drove her there on Friday to a clinic in the rain. Sitting in reception, reading Glamour magazine. Saw a picture of my cousin wearing cut-off jeans. Maybe someday I'll love him for the failure on the stage. But I'll never forgive a brother, cause he bit me on the leg. One day I will be old and wise and sitting in a chair, watching TV movies, there'll be pictures everywhere. So I walked across to Camden, saw your boyfriend in the street, and I stopped to say hello to him, and he punched out all my teeth. Well, lying in the gutter, I couldn't help but laugh, cause if it hadn't been for me, he might have been a dad. Another bus back from Boston, well, we stopped for gasoline, and I went inside with a Zagler bought a porno magazine, and standing there by the claw machine, well, I fell back into pride. See a picture of my cousin with the moonlight in her eyes. She started doing movies to change her name to Kenny Moore. Her ex-boyfriend paid my dental bills, no hard feelings anymore. One day he will be old and wise and sitting in a chair, watching TV movies, there were pictures everywhere. We walked across to the restaurant where your sister used to work. She's standing there like an actor, and I'm looking down her shirt. And even though I hate myself, well, I feel alright right now. And as long as I'm undercover, well, she'll never find out. And now my cousin's a prostitute, and her brother, he's in jail. And I start to say hello to him, though I never pay his bail. But maybe one day he'll be old and wise and sitting in a chair, watching TV movies, there'll be pictures everywhere. And sometimes 6 months later, in a Kurdish restaurant, I'm talking with the dog about her cousin's aunt, and sitting there in rain light, it made me soft to see that you were once as sad and stupid as I'll always be. Well, one day I will be old and wise and sitting in a chair, watching TV movies, there'll be pictures everywhere. One day I will be old and wise and I'll know just